Hi guys, long time no video. I'm here today to show you a pretty easy pattern. This pattern is number 8588 on friendshipbracelets.net. So what you see is you'll need 3 different colors. These colors right here, the 2 center colors, you'll need 2 strands of each individual color and 1 strand of this chevron right here. All the strings just need to be about 65 to 70 inches. So I already have my strands cut out right here. So what I'm doing is my 2 center colors are going to be green and black. So I have 2 of each of those. And then my chevron color is going to be white. So I have 1 of those. So you get those, gather your strings up, and then fold them in half so where the ends are meeting, like so. And then at the other end, right here, you'll just take it and make a loop at the top. So you just take that and then pull it through. And the loop itself doesn't need to be very big. Like that should be fine. Alright, so after you get your strings gathered and a loop knot at the top, you need to get them on the right order. So first off, the chevron or the V, both those strings need to be on the outside. And then for all your strings in the middle, it's just simply color 1, color 2, color 1, color 2, and then so on. You get the idea. And another thing to point out, it's really important before we start this, you'll be knotting this bracelet in pairs. So you take the first 2 strings, knot it, and then you put those aside. Then you take your next 2 strings, knot it, and then put it to the side, and so on. Alright, so what makes this bracelet really easy is it only uses 2 simple steps. I'm going to show you right now. So the first step is, for your first 3 pairs, you do forward knots. It's the first forward knot. And then your third forward knot. Alright. And then for your last 2 pairs, you do backward knots. Alright, so that's the first step. Now for the second step, you take your 2 outside strings, so this side, and then this side, and then just put them to the side, like this. You will not be needing those strings for this step. Alright, so now you repair your strings. So like, here's your first pair, second pair, and so on. Alright, so now for this step, it's just 2 forward knots and 2 backward knots. So there's your first forward knot. your second forward knot. And now for your 2 backward knots. So number 1, and then number 2. And basically, that's it. You just keep doing these 2 steps over and over again. And what you're doing basically is you're taking these 2, your chevron strings, and step by step it'll go towards the center. And then to basically start the pattern over again, you knot it until they go back out to the outside. And then repeat, and so on. So, I'll just show you right now what I mean by that. By just doing these same 2 steps over and over again. So, you repeat step 1 again. So that would be 3 forward knots, 2 backward knots. Make sure you get your outside strings back in. So 1, 2, and then for your 2 backward knots. This would be so much easier if the strings weren't coming apart. Alright. So 2 backward knots. And then you're repeating step 2 again. So, just like step 2, you do 2 forward knots and 2 backward knots. So knot number 1. Knot number 2. Alright, so I'll show you this one more time. Just these 2 steps once more. So, step 1 again. So, 3 forward knots and 2 backward knots. So 1, 2, 3, and then your 2 backward knots. So 1, 'and now step 2 once again. So you take out your 2 outside strings, do 2 forward knots, 2 backward knots. 2 backward knots. This is backward knot number 1. And backward knot number 2. Alright, so now you can see that you have your chevron, and now basically you're repeating these steps and making these strings, your chevron strings. For me it's white. And now they're slowly moving back to the outside. Alright, so after you do the 3 forward knots and 2 backward knots, and then the 2 forward knots and 2 backward knots a certain number of times, you should get your chevron strings on the outside again, like this. And then basically, you're just repeating the pattern. So, this is how it looks after a few times. So, the next time you do it, you'll just be making the V again, and your colors will reverse. So, color 1 will go to color 2 side, and vice versa. So, I hope this helped. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks.